Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. King Charles has gone on a charm offensive in a historic speech to the US Congress, carefully balancing the celebration of the country's pasts with warnings of an uncertain future. The King spoke of the reconciliation and renewal that he said characterized the centuries of interactions between the two nations. Charles's goal has been to ease tensions with a royal charm offensive, most notably with his joint address to Congress.
For all of that time, our destinies as nations have been interlinked. As Oscar Wilde said, we have really everything in common with America nowadays, except, of course, language. Ladies and gentlemen, we meet in times of great uncertainty, in times of conflict from Europe to the Middle East, which pose immense challenges for the international community and whose impact is felt in communities the length and breadth of our own countries. Whatever our differences, whatever disagreements we may have, we stand united in our commitment to uphold democracy.
And later at the White House dinner, Charles added a dash of royal humour to proceedings, referring to a battle between Britain and France to control North America in the 18th century.
I recently commented, Mr. President, that if it were not for the United States, European countries would be speaking German. Dare I say that if it wasn't for us, you'd be speaking French.
5 former US officials, including a former top military lawyer, have criticized the Pentagon for not acknowledging potential American involvement in a deadly strike on an Iranian school earlier this year. A missile hit a primary school in Minab during the opening days of the US-Israeli war with Iran, killing 168 people, including around 110 children. That's according to Iranian officials. In the 2 months since, the Pentagon has said only that the incident is under investigation. US media reported in early March that US military investigators believed American forces were likely responsible for hitting the school unintentionally, but had not reached a final conclusion. The former FBI Director James Comey has been charged with threatening the life of US President Donald Trump, a formal accusation that stems from an image he briefly shared on social media. The image, posted on Instagram last year, showed seashells forming the numbers 8647. 86 is a slang term used to mean eject or remove. Comey has insisted he did not know what the numbers on the image meant, but Trump and other administration officials have said the post was a threat against the 47th president. France has urged its citizens to leave Mali as soon as possible after a weekend of coordinated attacks by separatist fighters and Islamist militants. In an update, the advice also warned French citizens not to travel to the nation, describing the situation as extremely volatile. Explosions and sustained gunfire were reported across the country, including the capital Bamako. In Kati, the defense leader Sadio Kamara was killed in an apparent suicide bombing by militants, while in the north, separatist forces have taken control of the city of Kindle. Mali's military leader, General Assimi Goïta, said the security situation was under control. The youngest son of Zimbabwe's late former leader, Robert Mugabe, is to be deported from South Africa immediately. Bellarmine Mugabe pleaded guilty to pointing a firearm and illegally being in the country earlier this month, after he was arrested following the shooting of a 23-year-old man at his home. Bellarmine has also been ordered to pay a fine of $36,000. His co-accused and cousin, Tobias Matonhodze, who pleaded guilty to attempted murder, illegal immigration, possession of ammunition and defeating the ends of justice, was sentenced to 3 years in prison. And the Prince and Princess of Wales have shared a new family portrait as they mark 15 years of marriage. In the photo, William and Catherine are seen lying in the grass, smiling with their children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis, and their dog during the Easter break. It was taken in Cornwall. The image was also shared on social media alongside a heart emoji and the caption, celebrating 15 years of marriage. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.